Wow, what an interesting store. Look at this here.
College
Oh,
Cyclery. Wow.
and I understand that this is probably one of the oldest stores that's ever been done in the bicycles in Northern. Why, hello there.
Hello, sir. Hey, Mr. Barris.
Good, how are
Welcome
you?
to our store. Good,
This
how are
is
you?
Deborah, our co-host here.
Hi, Deborah. Pleasure to meet you.
We're
Thanks.
really anxious to see some of the things you've done in this bicycle. We hear so much history about it. When did it actually start?
Well, we always thought the store became a bicycle shop in 1946, but after my wife and I purchased the store from her father, we did a little research and found out actually it was established in 1932. So we're going on our 75th anniversary here as a bicycle shop.
Wow.
Originally, most of the bicycle shops were also hardware stores, or started out as hardware stores and then started carrying bicycles. So, so that's how long we've been here, serving the Sacramento area. And you know, you were from Sacramento, and
Yeah,
back
that's
in the
my
day
old days.
originally.
This is
And
your
I
stomping
probably-
ground.
so this
Yes.
store was open, I'm sure, and servicing the bicycle community when you were starting the car customizing craze back here in the 40s.
I used to travel down the street when I used to go to McClatchy High, which is right down the street.
McClatchy's two,
Oh.
3 blocks from
From,
here.
You
from
liked all the-
Roseville and San Juan.
You liked all the pretty girls over there, I know.
Yeah, they
Right.
had the McClatchy had the best looking girls. Well, I see some interesting bicycles here. Look at this, Deborah. Now, what is it? Is this some kind of a seat, or what's the story behind this?
Well, my father-in-law Chuck, when he took over the store, a customer had come in and said, "Hey, you know, down by the airport down there's a bicycle grown into a tree." And so after a couple months, 2 or 3 people had come in and said that. So one day he hopped in his truck with his chainsaw and headed off down and looked for this bike. And lo and behold, he found it, cut it out of the tree, and it's been sitting here
I'll
for the
be
last
darned.
20 years.
That's one of the interesting parts. Well, come on, let's look at some of the other things. What do you think, Deborah?
I'd love to go inside.
All right. Looks like we got a young bicycler starting here. We 2 of them. And
These are my daughters.
Oh my
Michelle,
golly!
Reagan.
Is this a bicycle wheel? Look at this here. She's got a bicycle wheel going. And oh, this is for me. Oh my golly! And Deborah, our hostess, thank you very much.
Can we get the whole troop with George?
Oh my golly!
This is the whole. Oh, wait,
That's
no, we have
another
one
one?
more. We have a baby.
This is my wife, Allison.
Allison, glad to see you. Oh my golly! Look at this group
My
here.
oldest son, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
There
I
you
don't know where our
go.
little boy is. He's not here yet.
He hasn't got up to get here yet. That's just terrific.
You have a beautiful family.
We're looking forward to some of the historical things you got going in this establishment. I mean, I could look at things all the way around here. That's absolutely, wow, they're hanging from the walls. What is going up on that side up there?
Well, one of the things that our store is known for is we try and keep, it's been here since 1975, so we have a lot of historical bikes. Old Schwinn's, Montgomery aluminum flyers, Ivor Johnson's. And then over the years, like neighborhood kids and families have brought their bikes back. And I can't tell you, every day we have people in here saying, I bought my first bike here. And from, 60, 70, 80-year-old folks are in here and tell me they got, one of their
This is
first bikes in
absolutely
here. Yeah.
so interesting, and bicycles has grown so much more since then, and it's become a major transportation thing since the gasoline prices have got up there to where you can pedal and you get your exercise at the same time.
It really has, and there's a wide range of cyclists and bicycle enthusiasts from the average, just a guy who uses it as a tool to commute, to folks like yourself that want to heavily customize and showcase their abilities to to customize. So we try and when I took over the store, everyone's like, "What's your niche? What's your niche?" Well, we don't have a niche. We just are into bikes and we want to service everybody. So I think it's kind of in here you'll find a little bit of everything from all the different generations of biking and the phases that the biking industry has gone through.
And I'm very happy to say that you also stock a line of my design bicycles from Nirve right over here. So we're going to come over here a little bit.
Oh, these are gorgeous.
Yeah, these are my latest designs for Nirve, which is the flamer, kind of taking off the flame cars, which is kind of cute, and the big fat tires and the black walls, and the flame is actually cut into the tire. Then our cruising is really Cruising USA, where you can just kind of get out and cruise. And we've had the Nirve Biking Company that manufactures, as you well know, has taken over. Distributorship makes it a interesting little cyclist.
Nirve makes a beautiful bike. I'm really impressed with the quality of and craftsmanship of their bikes, and with your design accents, yeah, it's really just a gorgeous bike.
Yeah,
proud to have it in the store.
Well, we're just introducing the new a la carte girls bike, which is white pearl and candies, and this is going to be a beautiful, beautiful bike and comfortable for the girls. I know that.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Deborah's going to have a lot of fun wheeling with that.
We're riding that one around.
Well, let's go look at some more of your bicycles coming down the line here. Huh?
Okay.
Well, George, since your bikes weren't available, when I was starting to drive the race car, we had to build some bikes. Why don't you come down and check out what we
All right,
had
let's
around
go. Deborah, quite a few interesting subjects here.
This will be fun.
Oh, my golly.
Wow, what do we have here?
Well, here we have a pair of Boss bikes. The frames are handmade here in Sacramento, California by a friend of mine, John Lucas. And then we've customized them and accessorized them here at College Cyclery. And so this is the bike my wife rides.
Yeah, with the baby seat
With the
in
baby
back
seat
there.
in the back.
Perfect.
And then this is my bike. I cruise around.
Oh, look at this here. Get this out of the way.
Black, white, or
Well,
yellow.
you know,
You could have it because it was
drag races. I like to have something to kick back on and keep a spare sweatshirt or whatever you might need. So that's kind of my around the pits bike.
So those
Get from the motorhome to the race trailer.
And then what do we have here? What is this?
That's just something. I thought it kind of looked like a little bit like an old police motorcycle. So
It does, okay.
so that's something that I actually found in the store.
Look at that, George.
Oh, dang. Wow, it's like Batman.
Well, this is kind of a neat little piece I found after I took over the store. Harold C. Melvin was the founder of College Cyclery, and this was a sample wood handle for like an implement, like a hoe or something. So it says compliments of OP Link Company, and it's got Melvin's name on there. So,
that is...
and then my name's Terry, and I found this little bracket that says Terry's on it. So I thought, hey,
nice.
This is so personal.
perfect.
Perfect.
In the summertime, when we go up in the mountains, the ski resorts, you can buy a lift ticket and go to the top of the hill. We have a giant downhill mountain bike with about 10 inches of travel. Carbon fiber technology. The suspension was designed by Renault Formula One team.
Wow.
And you can ride this. Well, I've ridden it off a 10-foot drop-off without any trouble. So, with a more skilled rider, it's amazing what they can do with these bikes these days. 9-inch diameter disc brakes.
Disc brakes on the front and rear, huh?
Front and rear, yeah.
Is it that?
Piggyback reservoir shock. Well, these bikes are made for going downhill, so weight is at your advantage because gravity, the weight will pull you downhill. So this bike's pushing 50 plus pounds, whereas some of our lighter weight bikes are 17 pounds that we'll zip around town on a single speed.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this bike is made for descending mountains, and it does it very well. And our back room here at College Cyclery is quite the treasure hunt. It's very few privileged folks get to go back and dig around through our parts bin. Being here 75 years, we have quite a collection of old parts that are near impossible to find anywhere else. So
Would you show us that?
we would be glad to show you that.
Well, let's see. Let's go. Well, wait a minute. You got a glass cage here. Looks like something that's really kind of collectibles. What is?
Well, it is. You know, over the years, you find those really neat little odd bits and pieces. So we've tried to display them here. So this is kind of our case that we tease people with. A lot of the fun stuff we like to keep.
There's some old Schwinn dials and some cadet dials, and oh my
we
golly!
Try and represent this area down here is kind of the Schwinn Stingray into the BMX. I don't know if a lot of people know, but the Schwinn Stingray is what founded the modern BMX scene.
Right.
There's a new movie out there, Joe Kid or Joe Stingray, and it's
sounds like the fish.
Sounds
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we have here. Then we have more of the cruiser, fat tire, 50s. equipment here, and then on the top we have more of the vintage road racing European, hard to find kind of parts and pieces.
That's so interesting. I mean, many of our viewers and listeners are going to be so thrilled to see the historical things that you've been able to do. So now we got to see the nuts and bolts and the work.
This is where it all happens back
all right. Because this is the interesting part about cycling and cycling is that where the roots and the brutes and the nuts and bolts are put together. A little bit about, you got some talented men back here. Who's this young man here?
This is Adam Copeland. And Adam,
how are you? Glad to see you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Barris.
So you get into a lot of the nuts and bolts of this work.
Yes. I deal a lot with the old bikes here. And
you're kind of like what I am, the customizer?
Sort of, kind
of,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's great. That's terrific.
Adam's working on a like a 70s Huffy cheater slick, which the drag bikes are real popular. And this has an actual aluminum mag wheel, which you may have designed.
Right.
I think,
that was the very first ones I did for Iverson Stober bicycles way back in the 60s. I had the very first patent. Yes.
That's what I understand, aluminum mag wheel, and that's definitely their their solid piece.
That is great. How long have you been doing all these funny things?
Tinkering with bikes?
Yes.
Oh, since I could pick up a wrench, basically. But I was working here when I was about 10 years old that I found my love for the old bikes.
Isn't that great?
And, never ran back since then. Been building for years.
Yeah. So not only a customizer, you're a historian too.
Oh yeah.
You'll be able to tell a lot about the things that happened.
Yeah, I like all phases of old bikes: customs, full-on choppers, vintage restorations. So.
Golly, our viewers are going to be so thrilled to be able to hear more about this. That's done deep in the roots of Sacramento, which is a very big town in California. So, well, what do we got? Something going over here too. Well, what's this young man? Hi there.
This is Dean Godding.
Hi, Dean. Glad to see you. There you go. This is Deborah.
Hi, Dean. Good to meet you.
Yes.
So Dean's our downhill mountain bike and BMX specialist. That's kind of his foray, and he's working on another modern downhill bike, getting it ready to take up and do some downhill assault runs.
Look at this work here.
Isn't it gorgeous?
You notice disc brakes on the front and the rear. You got the spring-loaded suspension here that gives you more of a
more travel in the back. About 7 inches of travel with a linkage system here. So basically, it gives you a little bit more travel through this link. Hydraulic disc brakes in the back, like a motorcycle. And then you got the 1 gear in the front, and 8 in the back, so it's like an 8-speed. Usually have a chain guide on here. I haven't put one on yet, so it'll keep the chain on. So about 8 inches of travel. Inverted moto-style fork in the front. Very comfortable ride, great for ski slopes. Basically a motorcycle, but with no engine.
Gosh.
Pretty crazy stuff. Jumping off 40-foot cliffs.
golly.
Nothing like jumping off a perfectly good cliff.
Now, why is it that they have a fender in front, which is plastic and bounces around, and don't have one back in the back?
Some bikes have fenders in the back, but you know, you need something to adapt to the back.
You got more movement in the back.
It has to come here. If you put it anywhere here, when the suspension comes down, it'll hit the tire and snap it straight off. So you need to make something off the back here. A lot of the bikes do have them now. It's a little bit of an older frame, so I'd probably have to adapt something off here through this bolt and then have it come up through here.
Well, most of the guys want to keep mud off of their face to help their vision. They don't really care about their backside. So
that's good. Great.
It's good to have one here. Keep the mud off the shock so the mud doesn't get on the shock and blow the shock.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we can do it. We can modify anything. We can make it work.
And for the record, I've been more scared on my downhill mountain bike than in my nostalgia top fuel dragster.
Really?
Oh yeah. On the ragged edge of getting ready to go over a cliff.
It's just that radical. Huh?
It's that radical, and you're really hauled the mail. I mean, you can do upwards of 60 miles an hour on these things going down the mountain.
Deborah was mentioning to me as we were walking by, she said, "What? Spikes in your feet?" I mean, this is
a nice large platform to outstanding.
Now the spikes are because so your feet don't slip.
Yeah,
Correct,
and you
yeah.
have special shoes, obviously.
Well, in some formats we do have shoes that clip in,
Right.
but in the downhill mountain biking we don't. We just want to have a nice large platform. Hey, look who's wandering in
Wow. A couple of more hosts. Willie, and where's Baggy?
here. Oh, yeah.
Oh my golly, Baggy, Waggy. This is like old family week for here for me in Sacramento.
Comes in this place.
Oh my golly Moses. He's the only guy I know that's 112 years old and still rides a bicycle.
113.
113.